Hey everybody, Keenan Gray here from DyeStat.com, bringing you another edition of DyeStat discussions. NXR South is here right around the corner on this Saturday, November 23rd. Just a giant weekend of Nike Cross Regionals this entire week. And one of the athletes going to be performing at Nike Cross Regionals South, Lilly Beshears of Rogers High School in Arkansas. And this Rogers team is very good this year and perhaps could be doing something that no Arkansas team, at least on the girls' side, has done, which is qualify for Nike Cross Nationals, which would be such a huge accomplishment for that state. Lily, I really appreciate your time. Just the excitement, the thrill of to go do something that's never been accomplished before, at least on the Arkansas side. Like, how exciting is this for the group and yourself?
Our team's really excited to have the opportunity to compete with these Texas teams. We've been talking about it all summer, how we might have a shot this year. Last summer, it seemed like a stretch, talking about Nike, but this summer we feel like we might have an actual shot at making it. So everybody's super excited.
Yeah. So the fact that you guys feel like you have a chance, like where does that confidence come from? Whether it's, from the summertime when you guys are training or just based off what you saw the results from last year?
I feel like just everybody's been working really hard at practice and we can all just tell that we all want it really bad. So I feel like just knowing that we all want it just helps push us to want to do well for the whole team, and we all feel like we might have a shot.
Give us a sense though about this team. Just tell me a little bit more. Like we know what you've accomplished this year, but who else? Who are the key players that we should be watching out for this Saturday?
On our team, our second runner, Samantha, or we call her Sam, but she's made a really big jump since last year. Last year, she was having some other problems that she couldn't really run as fast to her potential. But this year, she's been running 18:10 was her PR. And last year, she didn't run state, and this year, she was runner-up at state. So I'm really proud of how the work that Sam's put in this year. And then we also have the triplets, the Scudder triplets, and they've all been working hard together. All summer, they've been doing all the miles and putting in the work. And I've seen them all perform really well. And then we have Kayla, who's really good, and she does soccer too, as well as running. And she works so hard every single practice, and I see her pushing herself in all the workouts. And then also my little sister, she's been doing good. She's a new addition to the team this year. And also another addition is MJ. So our whole team is just everybody's really good, and we're all just pushing each other. And I'm so proud of all the work they've been putting in this year.
So we got two pairs of siblings. We got triplets, and then you and your younger sister. What's it like running with triplets, I guess?
Well, they don't look alike at all. They're not identical triplets, so it's super easy to tell them apart, and they're all different personalities. But honestly, it's really cool just to know that they're all from the same family, and there's 5 of us that are just all in 2 different families, and we have our own Instagram account with both the families. We made an Instagram account together, and we call it the B Scuds because we see them almost every single day of the week. So we're basically like a family.
So I guess who who's the most fun to really be around? Who's the most challenging to work with? What I know there's always there's goods and there's bads too when it comes to that many in that family.
Oh no, they're all really great girls. I mean, sometimes we all get annoyed with each other because we're just all really close, but it's small things oh, somebody took my shorts or somebody took my shirt. Nobody really fights or ever gets mad at each other, and I love them all so much. They're so sweet.
Is there sometimes where you do get them confused? I think I was looking at a photo, like two of them do look alike, and then I think maybe the other one does not look like them.
Well, back when I wasn't on their team at all, I used to mix up Kate and Ann a little bit just because they're both brunettes. But honestly, they don't look alike at all. They're not identical. You can tell them apart for sure. Anna's a lot taller than the other two, and then Lizzie has blonde hair and blue eyes, and the other two have brown hair and brown eyes. So they're pretty different.
What's it like running with your sister?
Oh, she's a little well, obviously she's my sister, so I can get a little annoyed sometimes, but overall it's pretty fun. She likes to scroll through TikTok while we're running, and I don't know how she does it. We could be going for easy.
That sounds like a 13, 14-year-old person would do that
Yeah.
on a run. Do you tell her sometimes though it's like, hey, put the phone away, we have to
No.
focus on our run?
Yeah, I tell her that every single day. I'm always running with her, and I'm like, how are you scrolling through TikTok as we're running? I was like, I can never do that.
Hey, multitasker. Give her credit for that. So, but I'm probably sure that you're not scrolling through TikTok
No.
based on the jump that you've made. You have put your heart and soul into the sport this last year. Kind of tell me a little bit like what you've done for yourself because it has been a really big jump. You know, running from like 18:10 to 16:40, and then of course becoming a state champion as well.
I think last year was just a really rough year for me, like the whole new school transitioning, and I just wasn't really doing too well. Like coming off of freshman track season, I had a really rough track season. I wasn't improving off my 8th grade times. I just kept running slower, and then it transitioned on to sophomore cross country. I didn't improve. But then this year I've just like fixed my mindset and been focusing on like positive thoughts. Like I have to run hard for the whole team so we can have a shot at Nike and like these bigger meets and help push all the girls. And if I want to be a team leader on the team, I have to like work hard and put in the work and not become lazy and just like have a negative mindset.
What school were you originally at?
I was at Central Junior High, but I ran for Harper High School.
Okay, is that within Arkansas or is that a different state?
It's in Arkansas. It's in Springdale.
Okay, so it's not like you left a different state and went to a totally
No.
different environment. So what was the transition like for you? You know, like you said, it sounded like it was a little bit of a struggle, but then you managed to figure it out at least this year.
Well, it was just like a little hard not knowing that many people at the new school and like trying to make new friends, and it was just stressful, and also like the new learning, like the new academics and transitioning to high school as a sophomore, because my old school, it was like sophomore through senior year was a high school, but my new school was like freshman through senior, and all these girls had already like had their first year of high school together, and I wasn't with them, so they didn't know who I was. So it was just really hard just to like get to know everybody and try to like make friends.
Was your coach able to, you know, kind of reel you in and like make the transition easier?
Yeah, my coach definitely helped with the transition. I mean, he would like we had Coach Eford. He was there my freshman year. He just retired this year, but he was super sweet and he was like really encouraging at all the practices and meets, and he always wanted me to like run as hard as I could. Like not obviously every day, but like push myself in the races and at practice, and he like told me to run with the boys sometimes, like to push myself even more. But he was a really nice coach. And then Coach Bryant, who's our head coach right now, has been really encouraging all year, and I just really appreciate him.
You know, looking at last year, that NXR South, just kind of just finishing off the year, you know, I believe I'm just looking at the results from last year. You were finished 63rd. I mean, did you feel pretty good about that result? I know it's probably not on paper what you wanted, but like, how did you feel just leaving your sophomore season with that?
Yeah, my sophomore season, I didn't like it wasn't really a good season for me. Towards the end of the season, I started feeling really sick, and at Nike, I like tried to run hard and I tried to push myself as much as I could that day, but like my body wasn't going, and I just felt really sick. I wasn't really happy with what I had ran, but it was my last race, so I gave
So
everything I had.
then, you know, so then how did you kind of take maybe that mindset, you know, going into indoor, if you run indoor, if you run outdoor,
Yeah,
like what did you want to do for yourself to kind of put you in a more positive mindset going forward?
yeah, I just like want to just forget that happened, like leave it in the past. And I was like, I'm just gonna work even harder during indoor season and just try to maybe win a race in indoors, which I did win the mile indoors somehow. And then that helped get some like encouragement back and like helped me feel a little bit better about my season last year.
Oh, yeah. Training sounded like it went pretty well during the summertime. You know, when you go to the first day of practice, like what was the excitement like? Was there just kind of like I know last year it sounded like it was just a challenge because you didn't know anybody. Was the energy a little bit different this year?
Well, this year, our first day of practice, we had a mile time trial. So it was a really fun vibe. And then everybody in the time trial got like a PR, which we were all like really shocked. So that was a really fun first practice. And all the girls obviously like hung out all summer. So we like, we were really excited just to be there.
So the fact is that you guys ran a mile PR, give you a sense. It's like, yeah, this could be a pretty good season.
Yeah, we all got like mile PR. Well, yeah, we all got mile PRs at the mile time trial off of no speed work and just cross country training in August.
Yeah. And were you the only girl under five? Was there any other girls under
Um,
five?
I ran a 4:53, and then Kayla ran a 4:59, and Sam ran a 5:05, and I believe my sister ran a 5:17. The triplets were not doing the race that day because they had a golf tournament or the time
Okay.
trial.
Okay, yeah. Well, it sounds like the average though for the miles, Brown 506, 508, which is really good for especially with how young this team it sounds like too. So, going to that first race of the season and everybody's on the line, just were the nerves, where they're like, all right, guys, like we know what our capabilities are, but let's just go out there and just see what happens.
Yeah, the first race of the season, like, it was really great. We all we were all super excited. Like after that time trial, like going into the first race, we were like, we can do this. We might have a shot to like do something really big. Our first meet, me and Kayla both went sub 18, which was crazy for our first race. And then Sam did her for 18:10, which was also insane. And my sister came in like 18:50. I'm pretty sure. It was a really good race, and that really boosted our confidence for like the next races and all the other ones we raced at this year so far.
Then you get you guys' first test at the Lovejoy Invitational, and it really wasn't a test. You blew away the entire field. You scored 51 points. Following that meet, you got third yourself individually, but like, I mean, just what was the mindset, the energy like? I had to imagine it like was like, all right, guys, this was a pretty good result for us.
We definitely did not think that we were gonna come away with the win at Lovejoy, because we knew all those other teams are really good and competitive. Like Lovejoy is a really great team, and the Woodlands are a good team. Like we did not expect that at all, and that even like that fueled us and helped us realize that like we are actually going to be like a big competitor in our region for NXR, and just like be able to compete against those Texas teams.
Then you go to Chili Pepper, which arguably probably is the biggest race in all of Arkansas. And if anybody would tell you like, yeah, you're gonna win this thing, you go out there and crush it. I mean, you run 16:40. I mean, like, was that even on the mind going? It's just like, all right, guys, like, let's go impress the people at the University of Arkansas and show what I'm made of.
I honestly did not think I was going to run a 16:40 at that race, because the year before I ran an 18:30. So just like seeing the time, like as I was running towards the finish line in the 16s was insane to me. Like I did not believe that was happening. I wanted to break 17 this year, but like that was just like that goal felt like a dream. Like I didn't think that was gonna happen. It was just like a fun little idea. I was like, oh, maybe I could break 17 this year. But like I didn't think that would actually happen, especially not by 20 seconds the first time I broke it.
Yeah. Did you get a sense just like looking at the clock? It's like, there's no way this course is 5,000 meters.
No, I was like, am I actually running this right now? I was like, maybe the clock's off. Maybe it's really like 19 something, or I did not know what happened. I looked at my watch after the race, like I paused and looked at it, and I was like, let's make sure it's actually a 5K. It was 3.12, so.
How big of a deal was that to do that? I mean, like I said, I know in the state of Arkansas, like Chili Pepper, I mean, it's called the festival for a reason. Like it's for that entire weekend.
I mean, for me personally, that was like a really big deal. I didn't I didn't think that was gonna happen, and like it really boosted my confidence. Like at the Lovejoy meet and all the other meets, I just haven't been going out as hard, and like because I didn't think I was able to compete with these other girls. But after I ran that time at Chili Pepper, I was like, maybe I can compete with these other girls. Like maybe I can go out harder. So it was really great.
And then you were MIA for a little bit. You did not race until the state championships on November 8th. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the state championship. Well, we had conference before state, but
Okay.
yeah, but the
Gotcha.
state.
Well, I'm just looking at the results on Athletic Net, and I don't see any results.
Yeah,
So I'm just curious. Like, did you race? Did you not? Like, what was going on between then and
I
Chili
had
Pepper?
I had the Van Buren meet, and I also had conference before the state meet.
Okay, gotcha. And what were those results like?
Van Buren was a good meet. The course was really long. It was 3.19, but I ran a 17:14 there, so it was a pretty nice effort. I didn't go out too hard because I had conference the week after, so I was just trying to keep it chill and like controlled, and just like repeat what I'd been doing the past few weeks.
And then you and your teammate go 1-2. I mean, you guys able to pull off a state title. Like how special was that for you guys? And if I'm doing my math here correctly, I'm looking at 6 girls in the top 20. I mean, almost an entire team in that. I mean, that had to have felt like it was a very special day for you guys.
Yeah, it was really nice. It definitely can't compare to last year, because last year was like insane when we won. Nobody expected us to win last year. But this year, we were just so happy that we could do it again and repeat it. Like 2 times winning the state meet as a team is a really big accomplishment for us, especially since before last year, our team hadn't won since we were born, which was crazy. Or even gotten top 2 since we were born. And like I passed the
Long
line
time
and
ago.
turned around. Yeah, I passed the line, I turned around, and I saw my teammate Sam, and I was just so happy that she was right behind me, and I was just so proud of her. Just to see how far that she's come.
Was that just a bear hug? Was
No,
that I can't imagine like that was.
she was a little tired, so it wasn't quite.
Yeah, you guys worked for it, and you guys rightfully earned that state championship as well. Like how did the freshmen like what's the biggest thing you've seen from the freshmen? And just like even like the triplets. Like I mean, this is a really young crew. Like, what's the biggest difference you've seen from the beginning of the season to this state championship?
I mean, the state championship was a rough race this year because it was really cold, but I don't know if the state was like everybody's best meet this year, but just seeing them push each other, like push themselves, and like some people had to step up because we had a few girls that were like a little hurt and had gotten hurt throughout the season, and our other girls stepped it up and proved that like our team has a big depth, and if somebody gets hurt, we have all these other girls that will cover for them, and they'll step up and like run as fast as they can when the time's right and when we need them. So like us winning that meet was a big deal because we had our third runner had been out like recently and she wasn't at her best shape, but we all stepped it up and we somehow won again.
Do it as long as you do it. As long as you were the team with the more points or less points, that's all that matters at the end of the day. With that being said, then, do you guys feel like that you guys have not peaked yet? I mean, this coming weekend is the race that you're like, all right, guys, let's bring our best effort because we want to get to Portland.
Yeah, we have not peaked yet. We were pretty much training through state and conference. We had a really fast race at the beginning of the season, but that wasn't us trying to peak in the first race. I promise. Yeah, we're planning on peaking at Nike hopefully, so we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it goes really good.
Yeah, I mean, I know I asked at the beginning, like, are you guys? I mean, are the youngins nervous? Are you nervous? Like, or is it excited nervousness? Like, I'm sure there's different type of emotions, going into the Saturday.
I'm sure. I think I am really nervous because this is my first year. Like, I might have a shot to get top 5 individually, which would be really great. And then I know my sister's probably a little bit nervous because she's a freshman, but I'm sure she'll do great. And then the scutters, I'm sure everybody's a little nervous. Like, it's Nike, and our team really wants to qualify, so it's a bit nerve wracking. But I'm sure everybody will be good when we get on the start line and the gun goes off.
What would that mean to not only your guys' school, but to become the first ever girls team in Arkansas history to qualify for Nike Cross Nationals?
That would just mean so much. Like, all these girls have put in so much hard work at every single practice in the mornings and the evenings. Like, just all that hard work would just be paying off, and it would just be so special for our team and like for all of our like all of our girls just to be like, we did that. We accomplished this thing. Like, despite not being from Texas, our small Arkansas team like got to Nike Nationals. That'd be really great.
You feel like you not only have the support of your community and your school, but you have the support of the entire state?
I feel like we do have the support of some people in our state, like Fayetteville. We have lots of really good friends on the Fayetteville team. And my old school, like Harbor, like they're all super sweet girls, and everybody's just like super encouraging throughout Northwest Arkansas. And even like Fort Smith and other areas are all just super supportive. And I feel like everybody in the running community is just so kind to each other and uplifting.
For you, also, you talked a little bit about the individual piece. Like, with Elizabeth Leachman not really in the picture anymore this year, it kind of opens up the door for somebody to take that title crown from an individual perspective. You look at Macy Wingard, Maya Easterwood, the Flower Mound girls. Like, how do you feel you face up against them? I know you ran against Macy and Maya already this season, but you got a pretty good sense of what these girls are capable of.
I mean, I never underestimate Elizabeth Leachman. She could come out and do something insane. You never know. So I wouldn't ever doubt her at all. So I'm just saying she's always there. And then Macy's been running really good this season. She's undefeated, I believe. And I saw her at Lovejoy. She was really strong. And I know Maya's also really strong. And Gabby in Arkansas is really strong too. So all these girls are really competitive in the South. And it's going to be a tough race. So getting top 5 would be really exciting if I could pull it off.
Yeah. But I think the bigger picture is it's the team race for you guys. I mean, it would be great to get an individual berth, but like, wouldn't you want to have 6 other girls join you at Nike Cross Nationals?
Yeah, the team would be really exciting. That's what our main goal is this year, our main focus. But I'm just thinking like the higher I can place, the less points our team will get. Hopefully.
That's the right way to look at it. Get the as less points as possible. Get that 1 point, and then make it easy on everybody else. To try to get your team to Nike Cross National. So, Lily, I really appreciate your time. Good luck to you and the Rogers girls on Saturday at the Woodlands. Of course, everybody can tune into the NXR South Championships this Saturday again from the Woodlands in Texas. We'll be right there on runnerspace.com. .com, I should say. Sorry, my voice a little cracked there. Lily, good luck to you and the Rogers girls, and best of luck, and hopefully we see you in Portland.
Thank you.